Hey, what's up everybody? I am doing a video on this head unit that I got, or stereo head unit that I got here. And so this is not going to be a perfect review. I'm not a professional reviewer or anything like that, but I wanted to talk about this because there were some questions that I had that wasn't really answered in some of the other people's videos. I remember back in the day, I used to always try to get stereos installed in my vehicle, and a lot of times I had minivans, and say what you want about minivans, they had some really good sound systems in them, especially those Chrysler and Dodges. And they had those subwoofers and everything, which would make it very expensive just to get a stereo installed. You know, so I've always gave up on it and just deal with whatever factory it was. But fortunately with this, you don't have to worry about that. I did call it because I was going to get some stereo system installed, and I called around and those stereo shops was wanting to charge me about $700 or $800. Even Best Buy wanted to charge me about $800. I was like, oh God. So I went online and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna learn how to do this myself. And fortunately, this product right here that I got off of Amazon, it's pretty much plug and play. That I bought this, and I took everything apart. By the way, if you want to take it apart, you just got to search for your vehicle and how to install one of these. If it looks something like that, it's pretty much the same thing as far as the install goes. And from there, you just remove, like if you have a Ram 1500 like I do, I have a 2012 model, and you want to install this, you just remove this little flap right here, and there's a star screws right here. It takes a T20, so you just unscrew that, and then you pop this out, and you unscrew this, the star screw right there, which again, that's T20. Then you got two Phillips head screwdrivers. You got to remove this thing right here, and there's two screws right there. That's all the screws you have to worry about. And then you just pop this out. You just pop this out right here, this trim out. Be very careful. Be best to use like one of those. I had one around here, but I had like a little orange thing to kind of pop it all up, pop it up and stuff like that. And then you pop this up. All this will pop apart pretty easily. Okay, and then what you do, you just pull this out. Just come out. You ain't got to unhook all the wires or anything like that. You just pop it out, then unscrew your stereo, take the old one out, leave those wires out. But as far as like the wires for this, just leave it all plugged up. Just kind of positions this a certain way so that you ain't got to unhook it. You got other people's videos where they did all the unhooking and everything like that. Don't bother that. Make it easier on you. Leave this stuff hooked up and just screw in the mount for this, and and then just plug everything in. It's very easy to do and simple. I do highly recommend one thing. Make sure you do a lavalier mic. I went ahead and put mine right here. All right. I've seen some people, they will trace it all the way down and to up under the dash here and go all the way down, and they were like stick it over there or something like that. I see some people do that, but nah, I just decided to put it right there. And I mean, yeah, I could have done better about hiding that, but I'm fine. It doesn't really look that bad to me. But I highly recommend definitely plugging up the mic. Although this does have a little internal mic, but it's not that good, especially whenever you're trying to make phone calls. People can't hear you, so you want to do that. But also, even if you do that, you want to also go into the settings. And that's something else about this. Sometimes the touch is not as responsive as I wish it was. Okay, but there's a couple things that you want to download on this, and you have to hook it up to the internet. Now, if you are working off of a hotspot on your phone, you want to turn off your Wi-Fi and also your Bluetooth on your phone, and then open up your hotspot, and then this will connect to your phone, with the Wi-Fi and stuff. And that way, if you ever say you want to watch Netflix on here, you want to watch YouTube or something like that on this, you'll be able to do that. All right, so there's a couple things that you want to do. You want to get an equalizer, and I highly recommend finding an equalizer that doesn't show ads. You have to scroll through a few of them. Eventually you will find one. And also, you want to get a microphone settings app And you get those off of the Play Store. This is the one I got, because you want this mic right here. It's not that loud, so if you use that and you boost the gain on it, people can hear you better. All right. Although this is a lot better than what was installed there. So just install the app for that, and then you also got your equalizer. I think I did this one. No, it wasn't this one. It was this one. Yeah, I went ahead and did this one, and it made the sound a lot better, because while this stereo did a good job about boosting the sound, and it sounds louder than the factory. However, the bass, it's just a little off. Okay, so if you install an app on here that will control the sound, you get a better sound out of this stereo. So those are a couple quirks, but easy fix with that. Like I said, although I have to say the touch is getting better. I haven't. Well, okay. I guess it finally updated or something like that, but the touch is actually working better now. When I first got it and hooked it up, the touch didn't seem like it worked that good. Alright, so this does have like Android Auto and also Apple Play, so that works pretty good. I will say one thing, I used the Wise app on here, and I don't know, it was acting funny on the first day. I don't know if if it was Wise or Waze, I'm sorry, I keep saying Waze, or or was this tablet, but it seems to be working fine now. I'm not having any issues with it. Okay, this does have a reverse. Now I don't know, I haven't hooked up the camera, because I have one of those mirror reverse cameras, so I wasn't going to fool with hooking up a camera, because since I have that. But eventually I might go ahead and install another camera here. I just decided not to do it because I have the mirror camera up here. So, and I pretty much love my mirror camera because it just stays on all the time. So I don't really have no need for it. I wanted this for I wanted this to have Android Auto, and be able to play it, Bluetooth my music to it, and for those reasons, that's why I wanted it. So I have to say, I really love this unit. The only thing that I don't like about it is sometimes the touch can get a little bit. I had to hit it a couple of times, before it actually react. But as you can see right now, it's actually acting pretty quickly, maybe, and it's pretty accurate too. It seems to be working really good now. I guess it updated or something, because the touch is actually really good now. So yeah, I'd say if you do hook it up and you're concerned about the touch, give it some time. Maybe it needs an update or something like that, and then the touch actually works pretty good now. And like I said, you want to install these apps and any other apps if you want to watch movies on Netflix and stuff like that on here. I highly recommend don't drive down the road and watch Netflix. Don't do that. Don't be one of those people. This is good for like whenever you're sitting somewhere and you want to watch some Netflix and stuff. Now, this won't, Netflix, YouTube and stuff like that won't work if you have your Wi-Fi and your Bluetooth on your phone. All right, you're going to have to turn that off. It might work with Bluetooth, I'm not sure. I don't think it will, but I know I turned both of them off in order to get this connected to my phone. All right. Unless you have a secondary phone or another Wi-Fi signal that's really close by, then you can keep your phone on it and connect to the Wi-Fi that way. But that's the only hiccup that I really had, is that every time I would try to connect, use tethering from my phone, hotspot tethering from my phone, this will let me get in there and connect the Wi-Fi. But as soon as I connect the Wi-Fi, it wanted to automatically go back to the Android Auto app on here. And see right here, this is giving me a problem. Well, no, I'm already on home, that's why. Right here. Okay. It will always come right back to my Android Auto, and it kicks the Wi-Fi off. So that's my only gripe about it, that it does that all the time. I always have to turn off my Wi-Fi and turn off my Bluetooth in order to install apps on here or play YouTube on here. Now that doesn't have anything to do with like doing YouTube music from your phone, or YouTube playing through your phone. But if you want to do directly from the tablet, then you have to have the internet on the tablet in order to go here and watch YouTube videos on here. Now through your phone is a different story. You'll be able to do that. All right. But yeah, if you have YouTube Music or you have a playlist on regular YouTube, you'll be able to play it through your phone and through Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. Anyways, well, that's it for this video. That's all I have to say about it. But I highly recommend this tablet. It is fantastic. Now that the touch works, it's pretty responsive. I don't really have anything to complain about. It seems to work really good. All right.